Hey, this is Demi.
And I'm Louise. Let's talk about the same things that we go through and ponder life from a better angle.
As they say, if you can change your situation, change your perspective. This is Same But Better Podcast.
Anyway, may iniiwasan kaming topic ni Demi dito. Matagal na eh. Kaso, the time has come for us to talk about it.
I know. Pwede bang iwasan pa rin? May nagtanong kasi sa atin the last time, sa last season natin, ang sabi niya doon, how to lessen procrastination. So, eto na nga. We've been procrastinating. Hindi, mag-aamin na naman din tayo, no? Pero, disclaimer lang muna, we all procrastinate, but not everyone is a procrastinator. Master na.
Oo. At saka magandang talakayan to. Kasi, marami sa atin ngayon, professionals, we shifted from work from home or kung hindi man, blended. Minsan work from home, minsan pasok, physical. And for students, studying from home naman, diba? So today, we're gonna take a closer look at what procrastination really means and we'll debunk 3 common myths about it. So, marami akong myths na na-encounter while we were doing this script. Pero, yung babangkitin natin dito ay 3 na which we thought were the most common.
And before we dive in, do you also find yourself procrastinating habitually every day? Every day na lang, 'di ba? If yes, we hope you will learn something new from this episode.
Yes.
So, hit that like button on YouTube, and if it's your first time na makita kami or marinig kami sa podcast, hello. We talk about fresh perspective on career, relationship, personal growth, and so much more. So subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify so you won't miss any episode. So, ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng procrastination? Yan, bigyan natin ng mahiwagang definition from our kumaring Merriam-Webster. So sabi niya, procrastinating is to put off intentionally and or habitually an activity or task that should be done. So, it's putting off intentionally. Clear lang natin na procrastination is a delay, intentional delay. Hindi lahat ng delays ay procrastination agad. Okay? Ang procrastination, emphasize lang natin, it's unnecessary and irrational and voluntary yung pagpo-postpone natin ng task.
Sige. Now that you mentioned that, paano nga ba natin mako-qualify or masasabi na yung delay is hindi naman procrastinating? So, example, kunwari nag-postpone ka ng task dahil may emergency. That's valid. That's not procrastination. Kailangan mong sugurin sa hospital yung relative. Or, what if you have an urgent meeting? Diba? Parang sa sales. Pwedeng i-delay mo yung sales report kasi may potential client na nag-appear or pumayag na finally makapag-meet sa'yo. Right. You delay because may bigger reward or may bigger value yung isa pang task. Or pwede rin sa office work. Kapag dinelay mo yung task kasi hinihintay mo mag-online yung isang pang team member or nanghihingi ka pa ng time allowance para excellent yung mabigay mong file para makapag-prepare ng maayos. So, you're not procrastinating. Yes, you're delaying, pero you're doing it so that you can give a better output. Actually, even sa flight, kapag na-delay yung alis ng airplane, hindi naman po dahil nagpo-procrastinate ang pilot, So, nagde-delay dahil minsan hindi maganda yung weather, di ba? Or minsan, meron biglang kailangang ayusin muna saglit or naglilinis pa yung aeroplano dun sa loob, especially ngayon, COVID and all. So, it's not because the pilot or the airline wants to piss you off or gusto nang procrastinate for no reason. Necessary yun for safety. Diba? So, those are examples of delays na hindi natin malilabel as procrastination because the reasons for delaying are actually rational. Now na clear yun, let's talk about the 3 myths about procrastinating according to an article from Lifehack blog. First myth na nakita ko dyan was, I work better under pressure.
Under pressure.
Feeling ko, ganito ako nung estudyante ako. Pakiramdam ko kasi, malapit na yung deadline. Mas nag-up yung mental focus ko. Alam mo yung parang may adrenaline ka, tapos parang magically, parang focus ng kabayo yung meron ka. Alam mo yung wala kang ibang nakikita sa paligid mo. Talaga naman. So, because of that, nasa-sharpen yung focus. Pero, oo nga, mas rushed ka nga. Mas, yes, energetic ako, I have focus. Pero affected naman yung quality of your work. So, yes, you get the speed, but is the accuracy okay as well? So, kadalasan yan, estudyante man or working professional,
Mhm.
cram. Nalulunod tayo sa information presented to us all at once. Kaya hindi na natin nakikita yung details. Kasi, okay, ano to? Okay, sige, kailangan na gawin to.
Mhm.
Diba? Yes, you get the job done, but at the same time, ang daming typo errors, daming
Mhm.
questions na hindi nasagot, daming instructions na hindi na na-follow kasi super ngarag na.
Right. Uy, gets ko yan kasi
Why?
I also do that.
Oh no!
Oo, yung feeling mo ano, feeling ko kasi dati productive yon. Saka parang efficient yung feeling kasi, uy, parang ang dami kong nagagawa because of the added
In just
pressure.
30 minutes or 1 hour, no?
Oo. But you know what? You end up with more work kasi kailangan mo din ayusin yung mga errors na nagawa mo because of that procrastination. Or minsan, you're underestimating a simple task. 'Di ba? Na,
Mm.
dali lang naman to, kayang-kaya to in 5 minutes. Kayang-kaya ko yan in 10 minutes,
Yabang.
'di ba? Sisiw lang to, and so you kind of give yourself that parang, sige, mamaya na lang. I-delay mo siya.
Mm.
You don't really have to delay it. You should do it now. Pero dahil kinakaya mo yung task, wala, puwedeng tambay ka muna sa SOCMED, 'di ba? Kalikot ka ng
Yeah.
konti diyan, and then 'di mo mamamalayan, mauubos na yung oras mo, and then ika-cram mo na siya na, "Ay, 'di lang pala 5 minutes kailangan ko dito, kailangan ko pala ng 1 hour kasi iba pala 'tong klaseng project." Medyo, 'di ba? So,
Oo.
sayang. Sayang yung time. And I think 'no,
Mm.
most students nowadays din, ayan nga, favorite nila ang cramming. Kasi kahit din naman ako when I was a student, medyo ewan ko kung
Oo.
bakit may something sa cramming 'no. But,
Oo.
notice that
Last
when you
minute.
cram, sure, mabilis, nagawa mo nga lahat at, sinisipag ka talaga kasi deadline na mamaya. Talagang sisipagin ka kung naghahanap ka ng sipag. But you know what? You end up with nothing. When I say nothing, you simply did what was asked, pero wala kang learning, wala kang
Mm.
improvement, wala kang development. Parang wala lang, naitapos mo lang siya.
Galit na
So,
galit.
wala kang nagawa. I mean, nagawa mo siya, but it's just ticking a checklist. Anyway, let's talk about the
Correct.
second myth. Second myth is, I need to be inspired or to be in the right mood before I can work on this. Wow. Kailan dadating yung right mood na yan? Raise your hand if at one time wala ka sa mood, and then ang
Nag-raise na.
ginawa mo, I just need the right song. Tapos mga 30 minutes na wala pa rin yung
Wala.
right song. Wala na, ang dami ng sanang natapos in 30 minutes, pero hanap ka pa rin ng hanap ng playlist, 'di ba? So, feeling natin sometimes ideas will just start to flow, depende dun sa mood mo or sa motivation mo, depende dun sa
Yeah.
kape for the day, or for those na hindi nagkakape, kung ano man yung parang morning ritual mo just to
Papa-boost.
get you moving, 'di ba? But
Yeah.
you know what? We won't always be inspired at hindi rin tayo laging motivated, 'di ba?
Mm.
Even for us who study and read the word of God, then, oh my
Yes.
God, there are days na parang
Ayun.
talaga parang ang bigat ng Bible,
Ah.
parang
Yeah.
'di ba? But we don't postpone it, or we don't say, Lord, bukas na lang." Or, Lord, ano na lang, pag okay na ako ulit, 'di ba? Lord, ayusin ko na lang kaya
Mm.
muna yung life ko kasi I'm just not in the mood to read this. You don't do it just because you don't
Grabe.
feel like it, 'di ba?
Attitude.
Cute nun. Yung mga athletes, they don't stop training just because they're not motivated. Same with the teachers or lawyers, 'di ba? Or the business owners
Yeah.
or artists. They don't just stop teaching. They just drop it. Ayoko na. Kakatamad kang kausap. Parang ayoko na magturo. Nabubisit ako sa mga estudyante. 'Di
Di ako
ba?
inspired.
Hindi ka makakanap ng inspiration if wala ka ring ginagawa. So,
Totoo.
before inspiration finds you, you just have to start moving. At, kahit mag-research ka muna, it's good. At least you're doing something that will help you for your task at hand. So, just so we know, no, procrastinating is different from taking a break. Okay, iba yon. Taking a break from fatigue, di ba? Lalo na sa mga creatives, yung mga multimedia artists or art and in any form, 'di ba? You have
Yeah.
to pause kapag medyo may block sa brain. Idea
Di naman tumor
fatigue,
yun.
parang may pader, parang hindi ka na makausad, 'di ba?
Na blanco.
Sure, take a break kasi nakaka-burnout din 'yun. Or especially kapag feeling mo mabu-burnout ka na, stop. take a break,
Oo.
'di ba? Iba yung taking a break sa procrastinating, 'di ba?
Yes.
But if the only reason you have is because ay ayoko lang. I don't feel like doing it today. I don't feel like moving today. Then
Ay, ay,
tomorrow will
ay.
be the same, 'di ba? At wala ka pa ring gana.
Ganun, oo. Tinatamad ka pa rin. Hindi ka pa rin inspired. Hindi mo pa rin
Mm.
nakita yung right song. O kaya,
Hindi mo
the
nahanap
right
yung right
food.
playlist.
Oo, wala na. Actually, relate ako dun sa second myth. Even ako for the blogging part na ginagawa ko. May time na sobrang, ang dami kong words na pwedeng i-write down. May time din naman, especially kapag na-busy, tapos di na nakakapagsulat. I feel like, kinakalawang na ako sa writing. Ayan. Parang hindi ko na alam kung saan magsisimula. I always tell this sa sarili ko na, ano ba yan, magsusulat na lang ako pag nasa right condition na ako, kapag inspired na ako, kapag natapos na yung problema ko sa work, natapos na yung problema ko sa personal life ko, ganyan. Baka mas okay ako magsulat. Pero, you know what, if hihintay mo ma-sort out mo yung emotions mo, ma-sort out mo yung buhay mo, ay wala. Napanis na, nilangaw na yung kung ano man ginagawa mo for your for your creative output or something. Sa akin, surprise! Never dumating yung day na parang bigla na lang ako naging motivated. Ay, parang na-motivate ako dun ha. Wala, hindi naman. So, saan nanggagaling yung motivation or inspiration for me is you really just gotta have discipline eh. And then inspiration will follow. Alam mo yung nag-try ako mag-compose ng note, kunyari nagko-commute, sa phone lang muna ako magsusulat, kahit na nasa van, nasa jeep, nasa bus, yung mga random lang na naiisip, I find myself na okay, once na nagsimula na ako na magsulat, I continuously type na. So parang, okay, yun pala yun. Momentum will never happen if you never start, diba?
Right.
You gotta start somewhere. Third base naman tayo. Yung linyahang, I'll just do better tomorrow. Yung yung kulang ko na output today or productivity today, babawiin ko na lang, hindi ako mag-break bukas, sobrang robotic ako bukas mag-work ako. Sobrang
Wow.
times 2 yung productivity ko bukas.
Wow.
Narinig na natin yan sa mga sarili natin eh, diba? Like, hanggang ngayon ako na data, ganyan. Feeling lutang ka today, feeling mo ang bigat ng sarili mo, ay tomorrow will be better time for me to do work. Siguro I'll have more energy, I'll feel more organized, siguro mas okay ako bukas mag-work. May promise kasi yung tomorrow, yung word na tomorrow. We feel like it's a better place. It has a better output waiting for you, diba? But it's not. Hindi po superhero ang future self natin. Hindi po porket tumila ako na naman ng manok nung kinabukasan is bigla na lang, today is the day na itinakda para ako yung maging fruitful. Hindi po siya ganon, diba? Hindi magically aayos yung rhythm or pacing natin kapag mulat ng mata natin kinabukasan. Personally, ganito ako eh. Especially ngayon, working from home tayo. Tapos, well, for some, nakaka-confuse yung setup, diba? So, we're not invalidating that. We know it's hard. Napag-usapan natin to sa first episode natin ever sa season 1. But those reasons na na-mention natin, concerns talaga yun na, work from home ako, Luis, di mo naintindihan, ang hirap talagang gumalaw. As in, iba siya, hindi ako tamad, hindi ako procrastinator, but it's just a setup that's different. But as a response, kasi I think in a very long run, ganito pa tayo eh. Hindi pa tayo immediately makakabalik from our old setup. So, sinong mag-adjust? Ay, yung pandemic ba mahihiya? Ay, nakakahiya naman sa mga nag-work from home. Sige na nga, itigil ko na to. hindi naman, diba? So, we really have to respond to it in such a way na we control our emotions, we control our anxieties instead of them controlling us. Kasi if they control us, if nagmatigas tayo na, ganito talaga ako mag-work eh. Hindi ako productive if this is the setup. Magiging habit yan. Magiging habit na i-justify mo yung sarili mo, feeling mo okay lang. Kung ako yung boss mo, parang, okay, I don't need someone who cannot do the work. Alam naman ng boss mo pag kailangan mo lang na break eh. Pero kung talaga nagmamatigas ka lang, hirap mo naman katrabaho, diba? Yung boss mo din naman, nahihirapan din naman sa pandemic. Di lang naman ikaw, diba? I'm not saying na hindi to valid concern. That's what I'm saying is we have to try to adjust. Kasi when it comes to habit, it can become a lifestyle. And when it becomes a lifestyle, pwede yung ma-embed sa atin sa pinaka-core natin na, ay, ito na yung identity ko, ito na yung character ko eh. Hindi mo na pwedeng magbago to. Na parang kahit sinong boss ko, ganito talaga ako. Well, it will affect your work, your sleeping pattern, specifically if mahilig ka mag-cram. Tapos flexi time ka. Kasi sabihin mo, mamayang gabi na lang, mas productive ako mamayang gabi. So mamaya, you pulled an all-nighter. Ang pasok niyo talaga is 9 a.m. Kahit flexi time kayo, yun talaga yung inyo. Ay, gigising ka ng 9 a.m., your body will suffer in the long run. It will affect your health. And even your relationships. Opo, ang procrastination, it can also affect your relationships. Bakit, Luis? Parang OA mo naman. Naintindihan ko yung health, naintindihan ko yung all other things. Bakit pati relationships? Bakit? Kasi your schedule is affected. For example, nag-procrastinate ka for your work. Tapos, dahil kaya mo naman siyang gawin ng hapon, instead na after mo na mag-work, yung family mo na naghihintay na sa'yo, mga gutom na kami. Or yung boyfriend mo, uy babe, tapos na ako sa work, ikaw dyan. O, mag-date na ba tayo? Wala, sasabihin mo, uy, sorry, wait lang. Ngayon ko pa lang kasi ginagawa yung work ko. Uy, mga anak, wait lang. Order na lang tayo ng Jollibee. Yung paborito natin, yung paborito nating fried chicken na kulay blue, di ba? Order na muna tayo noon kasi busy pa si mom. So parang that affects your relationship or the people that wants quality time from you and with you. So, wala na. Domino effect na siya. Wasak yung pacing mo for the day. Ang sakit ng ulo mo from cramming. 'Di ba? Yung 3 days worth of work mo dahil nag-out of town si bossing tapos 3 days, oh, magpapaano muna ako dito. Ikaw lang magbabakasyon, boss. Ako din. Pagdating niya, ay, ang dami kong output, ganyan. Wala. Sobrang pagod na pagod yung sarili mo. Pagod na pagod yung utak mo. 'Di ba? Wala kang energy to have a conversation with friends. To have a conversation with your family. Sobrang affected. Tapos, nakakatawa dyan is, present ka man, sabihin natin na wala namang nabago sa schedule mo, pero dahil nag-cram ka, sobrang yung brain power mo, like 100%, 200%, kapag dating mo na dun sa family members mo or sa loved ones mo, present ka physically, but mentally and emotionally, you're just like a stone. Wala, hindi ka talaga kasama nila. Sobrang sabog mo kausap. Ano ba yun? Sobrang sabog mo kausap, parang, ganun ka na lang. Hindi rin quality time na, kawawa yung mga tao naghihintay sa'yo. Diba? Hindi siya babaw na problema yung procrastinate.
That is why important talaga ang self-care. Hindi kasi, 'di ba? Yung pagpo-procrastinate kasi, yun yung sinabi mo nga na procrastination also affects our relationship. Naalala ko lang, we also have talked about self-care na,
Yeah.
'di ba, there are things you have to put boundaries and there are things na kailangan nating lagyan talaga ng category na eto lang, hanggang dito lang. Because when you take care of yourself, it's not just for you, it is also to be
Yes.
present and to be ready for
For
others din.
people.
'Di ba? Kasi you're not living for work only, 'di ba?
Alam mo, nakakatawa. Kasi
Bakit?
akala mo, yung mga nagpo-procrastinate, hardworking sila. Akala mo, overwork ka na sa work mo, grabe naman. Pero, parang,
I
ikaw
get
Iba
you.
kasi yung nag-overwork ka, tapos, wala na akong time sa family, pagod na kasi ako. Kaysa yung nagsusokmate ka buong araw, nagka-friends ka pa na episode sa Netflix dyan, tapos mamaya,
Oy!
mamaya, todo ka sa work. Tapos mamaya pagdating mo sa love, sobrang pagod ko, babe, grabe. Sobrang pagod.
Right. That's so different. That is different. I think I remember a conversation before
Grabe.
with an Australian nga ba siya? Oo, Australian siya.
Yes,
And then,
international.
hindi, nagchikahan lang kami and then sabi niya, I think Australians are more efficient kasi parang
Mm,
na-notice ko, like the Chinese din daw and also Filipinos are really hardworking but they stay overtime. What's the difference? Kasi yung mga Aussie, hindi sila, I mean, they do extend work but not as much as we do. So parang doon lang niya na-mention na mas efficient sila. Parang they rather pag work, do everything now so that you stop at 5. So that you have time for life. Pero ayun, question is, why do we procrastinate? With all of that, parang, okay, so why do we
yeah.
procrastinate? So some experts say na procrastination daw is not an issue of time management, but
Mm-hmm.
could be an emotional or mental challenges.
Wow.
It's not a time
Wow.
management issue. So, you avoid the task maybe because you're having self-doubts or you have fear of failure. Hindi mo siya ginagawa kasi baka di ko kaya. Baka magkamali ako. Baka. You're delaying it maybe because you don't have enough breaks kasi ang kulit ng client mo, ang kulit ng boss mo, and gusto mo lang magrebelde ng konti. You will convert your time for work for, time for yourself. Parang, dami-dami yung nangagawa. Wala naman
Ginagawa.
akong break. May ako nagagawin yan. Bahala kayo dyan. Mga ganun. Or maybe because of, anxiety or depression or even stress na
Yeah.
kaya nahihirapan yung body natin to focus because you get easily distracted sa thoughts mo.
Pwede
'Di
nga,
ba?
no?
So we also have talked about our toxic thoughts, 'di ba? So
Yes.
if severe na yung impact ng procrastination sa'yo,
Yeah.
sa life mo, maybe it's best that you seek professional help na lang din so that you could also understand how to deal with it, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Don't self-medicate, and maybe pagkatapos ng
Mm.
lahat ng mga, different tips and tricks out there, it still doesn't work, just go and just, seek help.
Be diagnosed, yes.
Correct. But if you feel like your level of procrastination na hindi naman extreme at you're just aware na ay unhealthy naman talaga to. Tulad namin ni Luis, na from
Parang
time to
tayo
time
lang.
we do it, 'di ba? So the Bible has something to say about that. And the Bible also says that we can work on it. So sabi dito, 'di ba, si God, in-entrust niya sa atin. Ano in-entrust sa atin ni God? Abilities, with time, with provision.
Yeah.
Binigay na ni God lahat. And the best thing that we can do is to honor the Lord with this, to work with excellence and purposefulness using
Oy,
these resources.
ganda ng word.
So,
Purposefulness.
sabi dito, look carefully how you walk. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time because the days are evil.
Hmm.
Making the best use of the time because the days are evil. So therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 to 17. So sabi, look how then you walk. Tingnan mo daw how you behave. How are you behaving now? How do you conduct yourself? Gaano ka nakatagal dyan sa YouTube? Well, pag napanood mo kami, thank you. Pero kung gaano ka nakatagal sa, sa SOCMED,
Ano?
thank you po. On the background po, trabaho tayo, trabaho. Aligned ba yung ginagawa mo now sa goals mo? How does that contribute to your goals? How does that contribute to your to-do for
Yeah.
today? If
Oo.
gusto mong matapos na makapagpahinga ka ng maaga, are you doing your work efficiently? Or kung saan-saan ka pa muna pumupunta, nagsusokmet ka ba? Or
Yes.
sometimes you find your own ano ba, para escape sa work. Di ko alam. Ako, minsan
Mm.
may website kaming pinupuntahan yung Yammer. It's an internal Facebook, pero good naman siya. Pero sometimes,
Ah,
parang ayoko munang mag-work. Doon muna ako. Doon muna ako.
tambay.
Tingin-tingin muna ako ng mga dogs kasi meron doon ano.
Cute.
Oo. 'Di ba? Pero is it wise or unwise? Is it helpful or is it
An
harmful na sa'yo? Yan.
yes. Natawa lang ako. Oo nga, no. Parang the same with, same with other things na nabanggit natin. Parang sometimes, itong mga external factors na nakaka-affect sa buhay natin, symptoms lang talaga of what's really happening inside.
Yeah.
So, nung nabanggit mo, na parang, baka kasi hindi ka confident na matapos mo yung job, kaya dinedelay mo siya, na parang, inihintay mo na, ba't di ka pa rin tapos? Do you need help? Yung pala ginagawa mo, parang nagde-delay ka, na parang, yes, may nakahalata na na hindi ko to kayang mag-isa or something. Ayun, totoo, it can be a cause for procrastination. I like the verse. Sabi mo doon, 'di ba? Sa Ephesians, make the best use of time.
Mhm.
So, paano nga ba natin magagamit yung time natin sa best way? Kung wala ka namang end goal, lahat ng ginagawa mo, wala rin naman siyang sense. You can only make the best use of your time if you know your goal, if you have a vision, if you know the prize of what you're doing. So, when we set our eyes on the prize, that's the only way you'll know how to make the best use of your time. So, parang tinignan mo yung ending, okay, now that I see the end, how can I align myself now so that I will be in that direction? Diba? So, you will only know na yun pala yung making the best use of time. Kasi kung wala kang goal, para kang sumakay ng, para kang nag-drive lang, tapos, wala ka namang pupuntahan. Diba? Nag-road trip ka, pero hindi ka papunta. Wala kang pupuntahan. Hindi mo tuloy alam kung anong ginagawa mo. Tama ba yung pagpapagas mo? Sapat ba? Hindi mo alam. You don't know how to maximize what you have. Because you don't know where it will end. What is the destination? So, same things with us. Do we have a goal? Are we being intentional? 'Di ba? Do we have a specific purpose? Kasi kung wala, ay, kalat-kalat ka lang. Kalat-kalat ka lang, beshi. 'Di ba?
Mhm.
So, lastly, sana we are in line with God's will and purpose for our lives. So, alam natin na we are really being fruitful. You'll find that life is meaningful and time is so precious kapag alam natin that God calls us to do something.
Mhm.
Kapag alam natin na God is directing us to some place, 'di ba? And that alam natin who we are in Him. So, si Lord yung best na makakaalam sa atin kung paano tayo mag-function at best. Kasi siya yung create sa atin. So, seek your identity in Him and He will guide you to a life that's worthy of your calling.
May naalala lang ako
Mm.
na verse lang din, mention ko lang ng mabilis.
Mm.
Pero warning, baka lang maano kayo sa verse kasi, ha! Bakit ganito? Yung verse kasi it's in James. Uy, si James.
Why?
Chapter 4 verse 17. So,
Mapanakit
okay.
yan. Sige.
Medyo masakit to ha. So, warning lang. Sabi kasi ni James dito, no, sabi niya, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him, it is sin.
Yeah.
Medyo, what? What? Bakit sin agad? Hindi naman namin sinasabi na, mali yan, bakit ka nagpa-procrastinate? Dapat di mo ginagawa yun, that's a sin, di ba? But,
Uh-huh.
ang ganda lang ma-remind na there are things that we are binigay
Supposed
sa
to be
atin
doing.
you are supposed to be doing. And if
But
you
not.
know it, but why are you not doing it? Di ba?
Yeah.
You're not accountable to us, you're accountable to God. That's
Yeah.
your biggest, greatest, holiest boss.
Yes.
So if there's something that you should be doing now and you're not doing it, why? Yan. And tulad nga nung kanina, 'di ba? Let's address it. Bakit kaya? So that we can find the best way on how we can conquer this procrastination challenge. Ayan.
Yes.
So, ayun, after understanding the internal aspects of why you are procrastinating
Mm.
and why we should honor the Lord with our work, 'di ba? Susunod na diyan yung external na aspect natin, 'di ba? Putting it
Yes.
into application, syempre. So, konti lang yung ma-share ko na bagay na
Mm.
baka makatulong sa inyo, 'di ba? It may help and hindi naman to one size fits all, but this is
Yes.
recommendations lang naman. So, two things lang. Sa akin, one thing that works is variety or change sa routine. May nabibuild ka ng routine in your day-to-day life, how you do things, and sometimes it gets monotonous. Ito na naman, babangon na naman ako, ito na naman gagawin
Oo.
ko, ito na naman, diba? Pag nagkakaroon ako ng ganong sense, I catch myself na nauumay na ba ako sa ginagawa ko, na,
Langgana.
oo, na kape muna, toothbrush, di ko alam, basta yan, papalitan ko siya.
Oo.
The next day, I'll just change it a bit. Just have that variety, and wag ka magpalamon sa nakakaumay na, 'di ba? Kung nakakaumay siya, do
Oh my
something
God.
about it.
Sakit.
Oo, do something
Tatamaan
about
ako
it.
ah.
Just change it. Naligo ka today, wag kang maligo bukas. Gano'n.
Mali, mali. Wag yun.
But the small things, the small changes, it helps for me, nakakatulong
Yeah,
yung
yeah.
ganong change ng habit. Yung ano din, yung desk mo, rearrange it. Ang
Oh,
saya
totoo.
kaya. Rearrange mo lang siya, palit-palit mo lang ulit yung spots, and then you realize na, ay, mas maluwag pala pag ganito, mas maluwag pala pag ganyan. So, yun. And second, ito, medyo kapag emergency cases, yung parang, ayan na naman, gusto ko na namang i-delay to ng mga isang linggo, ganyan. Ang iniisip
Grabe.
ko, I think na-mention mo to kanina, Luis, na parang be aware of the possible worst case scenario pag hindi ko to nagawa ngayon. So, kung i-delay ko
Ah,
siya the next week or i-delay ko siya bukas, what's the worst case scenario? What if kailangan na pala to bukas? What if hingin sa akin bukas? Kaya ko naman gawin today. What if pag dinelay ko to, hindi ko na talaga siya magawa kasi baka hindi ko na kayanin with the load na mangyayari. Mga ganun. So, I try to stop myself na these are the possible things that can happen, so do it now. So, yun.
ang maganda kasi when you actually start doing your task efficiently, kahit na alam mo marami yung oras, 'di ba? Ginagawa mo pa rin, is may allowance ka for mistakes. May allowance ka na
Yes.
parang, ay, okay, hindi ko pala ito mada-download. Buti pala ginawa ko na ito ngayon kasi
Totoo.
makukura pala yung file kapag pinilit ko or something. 'Di ba?
Mm.
May time ka to prep eh. Hindi kayo laging, yung lagi kang, paano ko ito ipapaliwanag sa boss
Nagmamadali.
ko?
Oo.
Oo, parang hindi mo alam, wala kang backup, wala kang space to move around. So,
Mm.
ayun lang. And nabanggit mo yung pag-ayos ng environment mo. That's good before you start your work, not during your work. Baka kasi naman, yun naman yung maging procrastination mo. Na parang I'm doing this for my productivity. Nag-ayos ka ng desk, nag-design ka ng office mo nang wala naman sa oras, hindi naman
3
kailangan.
hours na.
Oo, tapos parang, wait, sabi nila for productivity daw yung good office space eh. It is, yes, but you don't do it during your work. 'Di ba? May
Tama,
isa pa
tama.
na parang for example, you're given this task, tapos, minsan nagagawa ko ata to, unknowingly, pero nahuhuli ko yung sarili ko, ginagawa ko na naman. Yung parang, dinadaan mo sa formatting, ang tagal-tagal mo na kasi tinatamad ka pa sa next task mo. Alam mo yun? Na parang may document ka, for example. Tapos yung ibang mong task, medyo routinary.
Mm.
Tatagalan mo yung pag-ayos ng font, titignan mo yung mga typographical, babasahin mo na
Right.
out loud, which is,
Oo.
actually, na-check mo naman na, pero you just want to feel you're productive, but you know that in yourself, you're actually doing it to delay the other task. Akala ko hindi ako procrastinating kasi hindi naman ako umaalis in front of my screen.
Computer.
But
Yeah.
actually, those are things na we are doing para lang i-delay yung next task. Task avoidance. So, task avoidance pa rin na ginagawa natin. Anyway, sa akin naman, I do keep a short checklist of things I need to do for the day. Pero hindi siya super detailed, like one-liner. Like, for today, I need to work on this Excel sheet. For today, I need to work this. Parang ganun lang. Yung mga
Mm.
major parts of my task lang, hindi naman lahat. Tapos, for a certain task, I try to put an estimated hours to finish it. Tapos yun yung i-goal ko. Like, kunyari, so checking emails. Ideally, it would only consume like 5 minutes. Yan, magbura, kung ano-ano. 5 minutes is actually ample time to check your email already. Ayan. Pero kung mag-reply ka pa, give it 10 minutes siguro. Yan. So, by putting a deadline, alam mo na, okay, may artificial pressure akong ginagawa. Hindi yung deadline na kasi pero ikaw nagse-set ka ng deadline sa sarili mo. You create an artificial pressure para lang maka-move on ka na sa next task.
That's
So,
nice.
yun, healthy siya because it makes you focus at the same time, hindi naman compromise yung integrity mo for work. And one more thing, my boss told me this actually. It's healthy to divide the hours into parts para hindi ka overwhelmed on what you need to accomplish right now. So for example, sinabi sa'yo ng boss mo, I need a PowerPoint presentation na from this worded report. Kailangan ko ng graphics and all, ganyan. Parang iisipin mo, kakasabi lang sa akin, meron lang akong 5 hours remaining sa work ko, ba't ngayon lang sinabi sa akin to, nakaka-pressure, nakaka-panic. Alam mo
Oh
yung sa sobrang
no.
panic mo, nakaparalyze ka ng ganyan. Oh my gosh, 5 hours lang? Tapos puro reklamo na lang yung nasa isip mo. Kasi iniisip mo, 5 hours lang to. Grabe naman yung unfair ng mga company na to. Di ba nila
I-chat mo
alam?
pa yung friends mo.
Oo,
Kailangan may chismis.
chat mo pa. Lalabas ka pa sa mga loob. Pero yung
Mm.
sabi ng boss ko, you just worry about the next 15 minutes. Just worry about the next 15 minutes, and after that, the next 15 minutes, isipin mo kung anong dapat mong gawin the next 15 minutes. Small steps. Huwag mong isipin yung big output agad. Kasi the tendency is you'll be overwhelmed to the point na, saan ako magsisimula? Ganyan. So parang kung ikaw, sige, basahin mo muna yung word. Basahin mo muna yung pinapagawa sa'yo na reference. Tapos from that, the next 15 minutes, okay, download ako ng mga elements na kailangan ko for the graphics part. The next 15 minutes, hanap ako ng pegs. Just start by doing that. And you will feel na hindi ka na nagpapanik. Hindi ka na, hindi, mag-research pa ako, maglilinis pa ako ng mga photos. Hindi na ganun yung mo. Hindi na ngarag. Tapos malalaman mo na lang, kaka-small steps mo, 50% of the whole project na gawa mo na. And in the process, you find na, ay, okay lang pala ako. So,
Kaya
masarap
naman
yung
pala.
work. Wala naman palang problema. Oo. So, iniisip ko lang what I should do the next 15 minutes. Don't think about what you should produce in the next hours. Ayun. I think part din to, gusto ko lang isingit, yung temptation eh. We will always be tempted to complain. Diba? We will always be tempted to think that this is unfair. You'll always be tempted to think na, ay, hindi ka naman kaya to eh. Ay, ano ba yan? Ako na naman yung nakita nila. You will always be tempted to think those things. There will always be a temptation on delaying these things. Pero katulad nga na sinabi natin from the last episode, I hope na napakinggan nyo rin yun. Temptation, we can fight it. We can persevere, diba? So, that's it for me.
Wow.
TED Talk.
Oy, speaking of TED Talk, there is a TED Talk na actually motivated me into doing that suggestion mo, yung
Oh.
small steps. I forgot yung title and the speaker, pero napakinggan ko siya, na-move ako, pero hindi ko siya ginawa up until this year. Ngayon ko lang talaga siya na-realize na mas productive pala siya if you just start doing things. Small steps talaga siya. Kasi
Yes.
sa kanya, parang he did a lot of grand things, but ang galing lang because he said, you just have to start small things. So, even with reading a book, gusto ko magbasa ng libro.
Yes.
I'm not a voracious reader. Ang hirap kong magbasa. But 1 page a day. 1 page a day.
Wow. Yes.
Diba? 1 page a day. And ngayon, nangangalahati na ako. Mom, it's a miracle! Anyway, there you go. I think, huh?
Nalang sa Bible, I may mga nakakausap ako na parang natatakot silang simulan yung Bible kasi di naman nila matatapos. Hanggang Genesis lang sila. Pero that's a good tip actually. If you can't finish it in 1 year, it's okay. Try 1 chapter a day and then kapag mas kaya mo na, mas intindihan mo na, try 2 chapters. But you just have to keep reading every day.
Yes.
Diba?
So, kapag interesting yung chapter, matitempt ka, ay, isa
Oo.
pa. Ano nangyari? Lalo na sa mga narratives, di ba? Yung mga stories.
Yes. Parang
Hindi mo kaya.
epic adventure, diba?
Oo, you will want more talaga. So, yeah,
Yes.
baby steps, small steps, you can do the big things in the end. So,
Yep.
grabe. I think and I hope that, these are all good practices na makakatulong sa atin din at sa ating mga friends na nag-struggle with discipline and other roots of
Yes.
procrastination. And
Destination.
we know that there are more good practices out there at kung may maidadagdag kayo, feel free to just comment on the comment section in our YouTube video or forward your tips to us as well.
Yes, and kung may story din kayo na malala about procrastination, no,
Yun.
you can share that with us. Submit your struggles or even questions you have about it. Tanong lang kayo at bit.ly/capital SBB, small letter ASK. So that's SBB Ask. At bago natin tapusin ang episode na to, may nag-iwan sa atin ng isang tanong. Can you give us some time management tips? Actually, ako, time management, I haven't really researched thoroughly about dito. Hindi ko alam. Kahit na narinig ko siya sa mga leadership class dati ng college. I think, in relation with this, sa procrastination, ano na sila parang magtutugma na rin yung ibang tips na nasabi natin kanina. Pero to answer, prioritize your to-dos for the day, have a structure, schedule, work in an environment with minimal distraction, and delegate what you can delegate. Yan. Huwag mo solohin lahat ng work. Anyway, ikaw ba, Debbie?
Dati yung linyahan namin is that there's no such thing as time management. Kasi time will continue on. Hindi mo naman pwedeng hatiin yan. I mean,
Yung
sure.
sarili mo i-manage mo eh.
Yes. There's no such thing as time management but self-management. So, ako personally, if I have a suggestion, hindi to paid ad, pero ClickUp. ClickUp is an online tool that I'm currently using. Again, mahilig ako sa variety. So, mahilig ako maghanap ng bagong, ano kaya to? If I use this, will this be better for me? Parang ganyan. So, ClickUp, mention ko na lang siya sa description or sa comment.
Sige.
It's a tool for project management, but you can also use it personally. And I'm using it personally ngayon and medyo ko ngayon. Yung artificial pressure, I'm putting due dates on my own tasks. And so far, nakakatuwa. Makita ko na, okay, I can not do this muna kasi I have to do this first. Ayan. And so, nakakatuwang makita na, natapos ko na to ngayon, magagawa ko na yung mga para bukas. Ganon. So, yan.
Nice. ClickUp, no? Sige nga, check nga natin yan. Yan. So, friends, don't just focus on fixing your procrastination problem, but investigate to the roots of your task avoidance issues. Baka kasi malalimang introspection ang kinakailangan. At ayan na nga, dito na po nagtatapos ang ating 26th episode.
We hope you enjoyed and catch us again next Monday here at St.
If you have inspiring stories or questions or just anything you want to share, reach out lang kayo, friends. Share nyo na yan.
Email samebutbetterpodcast@gmail.com or shoot us a message on our social media channels. Listen to Same But Better Podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.